Welcome to the Stoic Tide. Asterisk 40 hits different. Not like a birthday candle you blow out with a wish. More like a mirror you've been avoiding suddenly placed directly in front of your face. And what stares back isn't who you thought you'd be by now. The game changed while you were playing it. The rules you memorized, the path you followed, the promises you made to yourself, they've all aged into something you barely recognize. Your knees hurt when it rains. Your parents repeat themselves. Your kids are growing up faster than you can process. And somewhere between the mortgage payments and the career meetings and the endless responsibilities, you lost track of something essential. Maybe you lost track of yourself. This isn't a midlife crisis speech. This is a reckoning, because after 40, life stops being patient with you. It stops accepting your excuses. It demands that you finally pay attention to the truths you've been running from since your 20s. You thought you had more time to fix things, to chase dreams, to say what needed saying, to become who you were meant to be. But time moves differently now. It accelerates. And suddenly the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels impossible to close. Except it's not. Not if you listen. Not if you're willing to face some uncomfortable truths that most people avoid until it's genuinely too late. What I'm about to share isn't advice from some guru who figured it all out. These are 9 brutal, beautiful lessons carved from real life. The kind that only make sense once you've lived long enough to see the consequences of ignoring them. Each one carries weight. Each one asks something of you that won't be easy. But each one can reshape everything if you let it. Your 40s can be your most powerful decade, or they can be where you surrender to slow decline. The difference isn't luck, it's choice. Daily, deliberate, difficult choice. 40 isn't the end. It's the beginning of wisdom. But only if you're brave enough to accept what wisdom actually costs. Let's begin. Speak this into existence in the comments below. I'm learning from life. Number 1, your body is speaking. Stop pretending you can't hear it. After 40, your body stops being polite, it stops giving gentle hints. It starts demanding attention with the urgency of a fire alarm. That knee that aches when it rains. That's not just age. It's a conversation you've been avoiding. That exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. That's your body begging you to change something fundamental. For decades, you treated your body like a machine. You pushed it, ignored it, fueled it with whatever was convenient, and expected it to keep running. And maybe it did. Maybe you got away with the late nights, the fast food, the stress that never seemed to end. But 40 is the line in the sand. After this, your body keeps score, and it collects every debt. Taking care of your body after 40 isn't vanity. It's survival. It's the difference between living your 60s with energy and curiosity, or living them with regret and limitation. Every choice you make today, what you eat, how you move, whether yourist, is writing the story of your future mobility, your future clarity, your future freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the body is our temporary dwelling, but we must care for it so it doesn't become a prison. Your body isn't separate from your life. It is your life. When it fails, everything else collapses with it. Walk in the morning before the world wakes up. Feel your feet on the ground. Drink water like it's medicine, because it is. Stretches tight muscles that have been screaming for years. See a doctor not when something breaks, but before it does. Sleep isn't laziness. It's restoration. Food isn't just fuel. It's information you're giving every cell in your body. You have to become obsessed with feeling good, not just looking acceptable. Society will tell you that caring about your health is selfish. That's a lie designed to keep you weak. Your strength serves everyone who depends on you. Your vitality radiates outward. When you're healthy, you're more patient with your kids, more present with your partner, more capable in your work, more generous with strangers. Pay attention to the signals. That persistent headache isn't normal. That weight you can't shake isn't just about willpower. That anxiety that won't quit isn't weakness. Your body is speaking in symptoms because you wouldn't listen to whispers. You get one body, one miraculous, complicated, resilient vessel to carry you through this existence. After 40, you can't trade it in. You can't upgrade. You can only honor it or abuse it. Choose honor. Choose to finally listen. Your body has been waiting to hear this. Give it few words. I honor my body. Number 2, the people you love won't be here forever. Act accordingly. There's a phone call coming that will break you. You don't know when. You don't know which name will flash on that screen, but it's coming. And after 40, you feel it in your bones. That creeping awareness that the people who shaped you, who raised you, who knew you before you knew yourself are mortal, fragile, temporary. Your parents are aging in ways you can't unseen anymore. That slowness in their step, that forgetfulness that's no longer charming, the way they repeat stories because their mind is reaching back to hold on to what's slipping away. You see it now and it terrifies you because you've been busy. You've been building a career, raising kids, managing a life that seemed more urgent than a simple phone call home. You will run out of time with the people you love. Not someday. Not in some distant abstract future. Soon, sooner than your heart is ready to accept. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to say what matters. There is no perfect moment. There's only now with all its mésalliances and inconvenience. Call your mother on a Tuesday for no reason. Show up at your father's house and just sit with him. Ask your siblings about their lives. Really ask and then listen like their words are the most important thing in the world, because in this moment, they are. Seneca warned us. We are always complaining that our days are few, yet acting as though there would be no end of them. He understood that well of as if we have infinite time with the people we love, and then we're shocked, devastated, destroyed when wedded. Your friendships matter too. That friend you keep meaning to call them tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. That buddy from college you drifted away from. Reach out, rebuild. Because after 40 you realize the true friends, the ones who know your full story, who witnessed your becoming, are rarer than gold. Don't let pride or busyness rob you of connection. And your children, if you have them, they're watching you navigate this stage of life. They're learning from you how to honor relationships, how to show up, how to love imperfectly but consistently. Every moment you choose presence over distraction. Every time you put down your phone to really see them. You're teaching them that people matter more than everything else combined. Create rituals of connection. Sunday dinners that are sacred. Monthly coffee dates that never get canceled. Annual trips with the people who matter. These aren't luxuries. They're lifelines. They're how you build a foundation of shared memory that will hold you when grief comes knocking. And when someone you love at ease, because they will. You won't ask yourself if you worked enough hours or answered enough emails. You'll ask if you said I love you enough. If you were there, if they knew, truly knew that they mattered. Act accordingly right now today. Number 3, your career is not your identity, and that's liberating. You spent 20 years climbing, building, proving yourself. Your job title became part of how you introduced yourself, how you measured your worth, how you justified your existence. And somewhere after 40, if you're paying attention, you realize something unsettling. None of it means what you thought it meant. That promotion you killed yourself for, it didn't make you happy. That salary increase, it bought comfort, but not contentment. That respect from colleagues. It feels hollow when you're alone at night, wondering if this is all there is. Your career is a part of your life, not the totality of it. It's a tool, not a temple. And the moment you confuse the two, you start sacrificing everything that actually matters on the altar of professional ambition. This doesn't mean your work doesn't matter. It does, your contribution, your craft, your impact. They're significant, but they're not everything. And when your obituary won't list your sales numbers or your perfect attendance record. It'll talk about how you made people feel, what you stood for, who you loved. The liberation of this truth is staggering. When you stop needing your job to validate your existence, you start doing your job better. You stop operating from fear and start operating from purpose. You take risks because failure doesn't threaten your core identity. You speak truth because you're not protecting a fragile ego. You help others rise because their success doesn't diminish yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself to make it just and holy." Your worth isn't comparative. It's intrinsic. It exists independent of your job performance. After 40, some of you will face career setbacks, layoffs, rejections, younger people being promoted over you, industries changing, and leaving your skills behind. This will either destroy you or liberate you depending on where you've placed your identity. Build a life that would still have meaning if your job disappeared tomorrow. Develop interests that have nothing to do with your profession. Create relationships based on who you are, not what you do. If you've been tolerating misery for a paycheck, 40 is your wake-up call. You don't have another 20 years to waste. Figure out what matters. Make a plan. Take the leap. Because security without satisfaction is just a comfortable prison. Your career will end someday. Retirement, health issues, or simply obsolescence will close that chapter. But your life, your real life, the one built on love and purpose and meaning that continues until your last breath, invest accordingly. Number 4, forgiveness isn't about them. It's about freeing yourself. You're carrying weight you don't need to carry. Resentments from a decade ago. Anger toward people who've forgotten the offense. Grudges that have calcified into part of your personality. And after 40, you start to feel the cost of all that poison you've been drinking, hoping someone else would suffer. There's someone in your past who hurt you. Maybe they betrayed you. Maybe they lied, cheated, abandoned you when you needed them most. Maybe they were supposed to protect you, and instead they broke you. The wound is real. The pain was legitimate. But here you are years later still bleeding from a cut that should have healed. Forgiveness after 40 isn't about being noble or spiritual. It's about survival. It's about recognizing that every moment you spend replaying old wounds is a moment stolen from your present. Every ounce of energy you pour into hatred is energy you could have given to joy, to growth, to the people who will actually deserve your attention. Here's what most people misunderstand. Forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. You don't have to invite toxic people back into your life. You don't have to pretend the harm didn't happen. Forgiveness means you stop letting their actions control your emotional state. You stop giving them free rent in your mind. You reclaim the power they've been holding hostage. Epictetus taught that we suffer not from the events themselves, but from our judgments about them. That person who wronged you 10 years ago, they're living their life. They've moved on. Maybe they feel guilty. Maybe they don't even remember. But you're still in that moment, reliving it, letting it define you. Who's really suffering here? Start with the small forgivenesses. The friend who can build plans. The coworker who took credit for your idea. The family member who said something thoughtless. Practice releasing these minor offenses like you're strengthening a muscle. Feel what it's like to let go, to choose peace over being right. Then move to the harder ones. The parent who wasn't there. The partner who betrayed your trust. The person whose actions altered the trajectory of your life. These require deeper work. Maybe therapy, maybe journaling until your hand cramps, maybe screaming in your car where nobody can hear you. Whatever it takes to process the pain without becoming the pain. Sometimes the person you most need to forgive is yourself for the mistakes you made, for the opportunities you missed, for the version of yourself you wish you'd been, but weren't. Self-forgiveness might be the hardest work you'll ever do and the most necessary. You don't have unlimited time to hold on to this bitterness. Every day you spend trapped in the past is a day you can't fully inhabit the present. Your children need a parent who isn't emotionally chained to old wounds. Your partner needs someone who can love without the armor of past hurts. You need to meet yourself unencumbered, free, light enough to move forward. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's saying, what happened was real. It hurt. And now I'm choosing to live beyond it. I'm choosing to reclaim my peace. I'm choosing freedom over victimhood. I'm choosing life over the slow death of resentment. Let it go, not because they deserve it, because you do. Number 5, money won't save you, but financial wisdom will change everything. You're not 20 anymore, living paycheck to paycheck and trusting that somehow it'll all work out. After 40, the financial chickens come home to roost. Every careless decision, every ignorant Drudderman account, every I'll deal with it later attitude, they all show up demanding payment. You're probably behind on where you should be financially. Most people are. And the panic that sets in when you calculate how many working years you have left versus what you've saved. That panic is trying to tell you something important. But here's the other side of that coin. It's not too late. 40 isn't the end of your earning years. It's potentially the beginning of your wisest ones. If you wake up now, if you get serious, if you stop lying to yourself about money, money isn't everything, but financial stress destroys everything. It kills marriages, steals sleep, creates health problems, and forces you to make choices from a place of desperation rather than wisdom. Financial peace isn't about being rich. It's about having enough security that money stops controlling your decisions. The ancient Stoics weren't against wealth. They were against being enslaved by the pursuit of it. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, wrote that it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor. The goal isn't endless accumulation. It's sufficiency. It's breathing room. It's the freedom to say no to things that compromise your values. Look at where your money actually goes. Track every dollar for a month. You'll be shocked. Those small purchases add up to thousands. That subscription you forgot about. That convenient spending that's become habit. That lifestyle inflation that crept in as your salary increased. Create a plan that respects both your present and your future. Yes, save for retirement, even if it feels impossible. Start somewhere, but also live today. The balance between enjoying life now and securing tomorrow is delicate. Don't sacrifice every pleasure for a future that isn't guaranteed, but don't blow everything on temporary highs either. Eliminate debt with religious intensity. That credit card balance charging you 20% interest. It's stealing your future. Make a plan, attack it systematically, and refuse to owe more. Debt is financial gravity. It keeps you stuck, unable to take risks, unable to leave bad situations, unable to be generous. Build an emergency fund even if you have to start with $20. Financial emergencies don't care about your circumstances. They show up anyway. Having even a small cushion changes everything about how you handle crisis. Become generous. When you have enough, share, not to show off, not for recognition, but because generosity breaks the grip of scarcity thinking. It reminds you that you have more than you need, that your worth isn't measured by your bank balance. Money is a tool, not a master. Use it wisely, and it will serve you. Worship it, and it will enslave you. After 40, you don't have a time for financial fantasy. You need wisdom, discipline, and a plan that honors both who you are now and who you'll be at 70. Number 6. Your mind needs tending like a garden, or it becomes a wasteland. After 40, you can't ignore your mental health anymore. That anxiety you've been calling stress. That depression you've been labeling just being tired. That constant mental fog you've accepted as normal. None of it is fine. None of it is just part of getting older. Your mind is crying out for help, and you've been too proud, or too scared, or too busy to listen. Your brain changes after 40. The resilience you once had starts to fade. The coping mechanisms that worked in your 20s, pushing through, staying busy, numbing out, they stop working, and suddenly you're faced with a choice. Tend to your mental health intentionally, or watch everything crumble. Your thoughts have been running wild for decades. Unchecked worry, endless rumination, catastrophic thinking that keeps you awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. Self-criticism so harsh, you'd never speak that way to another human being, and you've just accepted this mental chaos as normal, as unavoidable as the purpose of being alive. It's not. The Stoics built an entire philosophy around mental discipline because they understood something crucial. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your worst enemy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Not your circumstances, not your bank account, your thoughts." Start by naming what's actually happening. Are you anxious, depressed, burnt out, traumatized by things you've never processed? Stop minimizing it. Stop comparing your pain to others and deciding yours doesn't count. Your suffering is real, and it deserves attention. Therapy isn't weakness, it's maintenance. You take your car in for oil changes. You go to the dentist for cleanings. Why would you neglect the most complex organ in your body? Find a therapist, a good one, someone who gets you, who challenges you, who creates space for you to unpack decades of accumulated weight. Learn to meditate, even if it feels impossible at first. 5 minutes of sitting with your breath can interrupt the thought loops that have been terrorizing you. You don't have to be perfect at it. You just have to show up for yourself, repeatedly teaching your mind that it doesn't have to be at maximum intensity every moment off every day. Guard what enters your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. The news cycle designed to keep you angry and afraid. Limit it. The social media comparison trap. Set boundaries. The people who leave you feeling drained and diminished. Distance yourself. You're not being selfish. You're being responsible for your own mental ecosystem. Read books that challenge you, that expand your thinking, that introduce you to ideas bigger than your immediate problems. Your mind needs nourishment, not just distraction. Feed it wisdom, beauty, truth. Starve it of garbage. Build practices that ground you. Morning page where you dump all your anxious thoughts onto paper. Evening walks where you let your mind wander without agenda. Weekly check-ins with yourself where you ask honestly, how am I really doing? And here's the hardest one. Ask for help when you need it. Tell someone you're struggling. Admit that you're not okay. The mask of having it all together is suffocating you. Let it crack. Let people see you're human. Let them help carry what you've been dragging alone. Your mental health affects everything. Your relationships, your work, your body, your capacity for joy. You cannot build a good life on top of a mind that's in chaos. After 40, the stakes are too high to keep pretending everything's fine when it's not. Tend your mind daily intentionally with the same seriousness you'd give to any other life-threatening condition, because untreated, unexamined mental suffering becomes exactly that. Give your mind the attention it's been screaming for. Comment care for my mind. Number 7. Your dreams didn't die. You just stopped feeding them. Remember who you were going to be. The writer, the musician, the entrepreneur, the person who was going to make a difference, create something meaningful, leave a mark on the world. What happened to that person? Life happened. Responsibilities stacked up. Bills needed paying. Kids needed raising. And somewhere in the chaos of survival, you set aside the dreams that once made your heart race. You told yourself it was temporary. You told yourself you'd get back to it. You told yourself it was impractical, irresponsible, naive. And now you're 40-some. And those dreams haven't disappeared. They've just been locked in a basement, banging on the door demanding to be acknowledged. That restlessness you feel, that vague dissatisfaction, even when everything looks good on paper, that's your unlived life calling to you. Here's the truth that will either inspire you or devastate you. You still have time. Not unlimited time. Not the same time you had at 20, but real, precious, usable time to become who you always knew you could be. If you start now, if you stop making excuses, if you finally honor the part of you that refuses to die quietly, the Stoics believe that living according to your nature, pursuing excellence in what you're meant to do, is the only path to genuine fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminds himself, do what nature demands, not what society demands, not what's comfortable, what your deepest self knows you're here to do. Your dream doesn't have to look like it did when you were 25. It can evolve. Maybe you wanted to be a famous novelist, and now you realize you just want to write stories that matter to a small group of readers. Maybe you wanted to perform on stages, and now you realize you want to teach music to kids in your community. The essence remains even if the form changes. Write for 15 minutes before the house wakes up. Paint in your garage on weekends. Take that online course. Join that group. Build that prototype. Stop waiting for permission, for perfect conditions, for confidence to magically appear. Confidence comes from doing, not before it. The people who love you might not understand. They've gotten comfortable with the version of you that plays it safe, that doesn't rock the boat, that sacrifices personal dreams for collective stability. When you start changing, growing, pursuing something that lights you up, it might threaten them. Do it anyway. Your regret will be far worse than their discomfort. And yes, you might fail. You probably will fail multiple times in multiple ways. But failure in pursuit of something that matters is more honorable than success at something that doesn't. Every person who ever did anything meaningful failed their way there. The only real failure is dying with your music still inside you. You don't need to quit your job and bet everything on a wild dream. You need to create space in your life for what makes you feel alive. You need to stop treating your creative self, your authentic self, your dreaming self like an indulgence and start treating it like oxygen. Because here's what happens when you honor your dreams. You become more patient with your kids because you're not resentful. You become more present with your partner because you're not suffocating. You become more generous with others because you're finally being generous with yourself. Feed your dreams. Even if it's just crumbs at first, even if people think you're crazy, even if success looks nothing like what you imagined, feed them or spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. Name one dream you've been starving. Then declare, I honor my dreams. Number 8. Silence and solitude are not luxuries. They are necessities. The noise is killing you. Not dramatically, not all at once, but slowly, steadily, like water wearing down stone. The constant notifications, the endless demands, the voices of everyone else drowning out the one voice that matters most, your own. After 40, if you're paying attention, you start to feel it. The deep exhaustion that comes from never being alone with yourself. You fill every moment with sound, with distraction, with busyness, because somewhere along the way you became afraid of silence. Afraid of what you might hear if everything else stopped. You cannot know yourself without solitude. You cannot hear your own wisdom when you're constantly consuming everyone else's opinions. You cannot heal what you won't sit with. You cannot grow in soil that never rests. The ancient Stoics practiced regular withdrawal from society, not because they hated people, but because they understood that clarity comes from stillness. Seneca wrote, "We ought to set aside an ascertained number of days for solitude. We should mingle with the crowd, but never merge with it." Your identity gets lost in the collective noise if you never step away to remember who you are. This isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about creating sacred space in your life where you're not performing, not producing, not answering to anyone. Where you can simply be without agenda, without judgment, without the weight of all your roles and responsibilities. Start with 10 minutes. Sit somewhere akeet with no phone, no book, no agenda. Just you and the sound of your own breathing. Watch what happens. Watch the discomfort rise. Watch your mind create reasons why you need to be doing something else. Watch all of it and stay anyway. Take yourself on dates. Go to a museum alone. Sit in a park and watch world without trying to capture it for social media. Drive with the radio off. Walk without headphones. Create moments where the only voice you're hearing is the one inside your own head. Journal without censoring yourself. Write the truth you can't speak out loud. The fears you can't admit. The dreams you're embarrassed to voice, the anger you've been performing. Calm over. Let the page hold what you can't hold anymore. Say no to things that drain you. You don't owe everyone your presence. You don't have to attend every event, accept every invitation, maintain every relationship. After 40, you learn that your energy is finite and precious. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your quality of life absolutely leads. Create a morning routine that belongs only to you. Before the world makes its demands, give yourself the first hour. Coffee in silence, stretching without rushing, reading something that feeds your soul. This isn't selfish. It's the foundation from which you serve everyone else effectively. Find a place that restores you. Maybe it's by water. Maybe it's in the mountains. Maybe it's just a corner off your home where you've created beauty and peace. Go there regularly. Let it remind you that you exist beyond your obligations, beyond your productivity, beyond your usefulness to others. And here's what you'll discover in the silence. Yourself, not the version of you that everyone else needs. Not the mask you wear to get through the day, the real you. The one with longings and wounds and wisdom and questions. The one who's been waiting patiently for you to finally pay attention. Solitude teaches you that you're enough just as you are. That you don't need constant validation or distraction to justify your existence. That peace isn't something you achieve. It's something you return to when you stop running from yourself. The world will always demand your attention. Your phone will always have notifications. There will always be one more thing to do, one more person to please, one more fire to put out. But you, the truest version of you, will disappear under all that noise if you didn't protect your solitude like it's sacred, because it is. Music, number 9. Legacy is built in daily moments, not grand gestures. You think legacy is about monuments, about achievements so massive they echo through time. About being remembered by strangers, having your name on buildings. Leaving behind something undeniably important. And you're looking at your ordinary life, your small sphere of influence, and wondering if you'll leave any mark at all. Here's what 40 teaches you. Legacy isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in the thousands of tiny moments when no one's watching. It's built in how you treated the waitress who got your order wrong. How you spoke to your child when they disappointed you. Whether you kept your word when keeping it was inconvenient. Whether you chose kindness when anger would have been easier. Your legacy is the memory you create in the hearts of people who know you. It's the values you model for your children who will model them for theirs. It's the coworker whose life you changed with one conversation. It's the friend you showed up for when everyone else disappeared. It's the integrity you maintained when compromise will have been profitable. The Stoics understood that virtue is its own reward. Epictetus taught that what matters isn't what happens to us, but who we become in response. Your character. How you show up when it costs you something. That's your legacy, not your resume, not your bank account. The quality of your character. Stop waiting for the big moment to prove your worth. Whether you chose kindness when anger would have been easier. Your legacy is the memory you create in the hearts of people who know you. It's the values you model for your children who will model them for theirs. It's the coworker whose life you changed with one conversation. It's the friend you showed up for when everyone else disappeared. It's the integrity you maintained when compromise would have been profitable. The Stoics understood that virtue is its own reward. Epictetus taught that what matters isn't what happens to us, but who we become in response. Your character. How you show up when it costs you something. That's your legacy, not your resume, not your bank account. The quality of your character. Stop waiting for the big moment to prove your worth. The big moment is right now. It's in whether you apologize when you're wrong, whether you listen when someone's hurting, whether you do the right thing when no one will ever know the difference. These tiny acts of integrity compound over time into a life that matters. Your children are watching you navigate disappointment, failure, success, conflict. They're learning how to be human by watching how you're human. When you handle setbacks with grace, you teach them resilience. When you admit your mistakes, you teach them humility. When you keep trying despite repeated failure, you teach them courage. Your daily example is writing script they'll follow for decades. Be the person who makes others feel seen. In a world of distraction and performance, genuine attention is revolutionary. Put down your phone when someone's talking to you. Ask real questions and wait for real answers. Notice the people others overlook. Remember names. Acknowledge effort. Celebrate small wins. These gestures cost you nothing and mean everything. Leave places better than you found them, not just physically. Though that matters too, but emotionally, spiritually. When you leave a conversation, a meeting, a relationship, let people feel more hopeful, more capable, more valued than they did before you showed up. This is how you change the world, one interaction at a time. Do the work that matters even when no one sees it, especially when no one sees it. The parent who gets up night after night with a sick child. The employee who does quality work even when they could cut corners. The friend who remembers birthdays, who checks in without bangest, who shows up consistently without fanfare. This is the work that holds the world together. Your legacy will be whispered at your funeral by people whose lives you touched. It will live in the stories your grandchildren tell about you. It will echo in the habits and values of people you influenced without even realizing it. It won't be perfect. You'll have regrets. But if you focus on being present, kind, and honest in the small moments, the legacy takes care of itself. After 40, you realize you don't need to be famous to matter. You don't need to change millions of lives to have lived a meaningful one. You just need to show up with integrity, love the people in front of you, and do the next right thing again and again, day after ordinary day. That's how legends are actually built. Not in headlines, but in hearts. So, here we are. 9 lessons that life after 40 demands you learn. Not suggests, not recommends, demands because the cost of ignoring them is too high. Wasted years, broken relationships, unfulfilled potential, and a death filled with regret instead of peace. Your body is speaking. Your loved ones are temporary. Your career isn't your identity. Forgiveness is freedom. Financial wisdom changes everything. Your mind needs tending. Your dreams are still alive. Solitude is secured. Legacy is built daily. These aren't abstract concepts. They're invitations to a different kind of life. A truer life. A life where you're definitely awake. Life after 40 can be your greatest chapter or your saddest decline. The choice is entirely yours. And the choice is made new every single morning. You can coast on autopilot, repeating the patterns that got you here, hoping somehow things will magically improve. Or you can wake up right now and start making different choices. The years ahead will go faster than the years behind you. That's not pessimism. That's physics. Time accelerates as we age, which means every moment matters more. Every conversation carries more weight. Every choice has greater consequences. You don't have time for half living anymore. Take what resonated with you from this video and do something about it today. Not tomorrow. Not when things calm down today. Make the phone call. Start the practice. Have the conversation. Take the first step. Because awareness without action is just sophisticated procrastination. Before you go, do me a favor. Hit that like button if this video gave you something valuable. Drop a comment below. Tell me which lesson hit you hardest. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's standing at their own crossroads after 40. And subscribe to Stoic Tide. Because we're building a community of people committed to living intentionally, to growing continuously, to refusing the slow death of unconscious existence. Life is no joke. It's precious, finite, and filled with more beauty and meaning than you can imagine. If you're brave enough to fully live it after 40, you know this in your bones. Now act like it. Thank you for taking your life seriously enough to invest these minutes in becoming better. Now go live what you've learned. The world needs the fullest, truest, most awake version of you.